Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with my mom.
Can y'all hear me? Yeah.
Yes. I was on the phone talking to my mom for the past hour and what have you. And I said, oh,
turning up.
So let's pick my mom off.
I can't hear you all.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. Brother Taalik, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
I can hear Brother Taalik. Sister Noble. Sister Noble.
You don't hear nobody?
I hear you.
Can't hear you all.
I hear you.
I can't hear you all.
You can't hear us. We hear you.
Wow. Just seen on Fox. There's that. I can't hear you all. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing. I hear you just fine. I can hear Brother Taalik. This is normal one.
Okay, what's going on here? What's going on?
I hear you. We hear you. You can't hear us.
I can hear you, bro.
We hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right.
I can hear you now. Okay.
What happened?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
All right.
All right. It's burning up.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This air-conditioning unit that I got, it really sucks. it's a one-room type air conditioner, and it would do better, but the blower on it is weak. It's not blowing the air like it's supposed to. So, we got some feedback somewhere. Got a video playing or something?
Oh, okay, hold on.
On Nickelodeon, they're gonna.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
You okay now?
Yeah, everything seemed to be.
Okay, I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Oh, Lord.
I can hear you, bro.
Yeah, she said she can't hear me.
Can't hear you. Oh, okay. All right. I can't hear you now.
Dang.
Testing.
I'm not muted. I can't hear you.
I can hear you, Tessie. I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you.
I can hear you, Tessie. I can hear you.
Okay, but okay. I got my speaker on, but when I took the speaker out, I couldn't hear you.
You have to.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay. We got a problem.
Somebody's got a video
Can you hear me? Okay.
Somewhere. Brother Gary.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, you hear? Sister
What's
no.
up?
She don't.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you fine now.
Okay,
I'm good.
You good?
Yeah, I guess I'm good.
Okay.
I can hear you a little bit. Even though I got it turned up 100, but you know. Okay, Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. All right.
Somebody put out a video so I can hear my echo.
Well, I got the speaker phones off, so.
No, a video, like trying to watch YouTube and the video's playing.
You know, YouTube on my end.
Hey, brother, I'm doing like Sister Noble. I got my stuff on. I'm about to mute right now.
I don't have a video on, so I don't know what you're talking about because I don't have a video playing. So.
Yeah, because you can hear the echo.
Nothing on my end.
All right.
I mean, all I got on is the AC here.
Okay, well, it seems to be. I don't know what it comes from.
I mean, I
That's
don't know
cool.
either. I got it on. I got it turned up 100 on my end, and
Pretty much.
yeah, got it turned up 100.
Prior to that, before I'm saying right now, I'm on mute and Sister Nova has you on mute. That's something that come on your end.
Okay. I don't know why it's always tripping. Do you hear that echo when I'm talking? Do you hear it?
Yep. Yeah. They're echoing.
I don't know what it is.
Well, let me just, it ain't me, but let me go out. I just go out and come back in. It ain't me.
Okay. I'm gonna go out and come back in too.
Okay.
What? Can you hear me, Gary? I don't hear the echo.
Try it again one more time.
Testing one. Testing.
Perfect.
Yeah, I don't hear the echo no more. All right, are we back in business?
I didn't hear echo to begin with. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't hear an echo to begin with.
It was something on my side because now it's gone. It was something.
Okay.
It was something on my side. Something was going on. Anyway, it's gone.
All right.
All right. So, all right, let's get this party started. Of course, as you know, I'm AdMinister. This is the Reality's Temple on Earth Internet Ministry. And we have on our panel, of course, the lovely Sister Noble. And we have Brother Gary Cuckoo Cutter. And we don't wish to hold you long, but just want to discuss a few things today. Get off my chest, get off our chest. And I want to start.
what are we talking about? Because it's a lot I could be talking about right now.
Well, go ahead and kick it off.
I don't even know what we're talking about. What are we talking about, sweetie?
Well, the reason why we're together is because I wanted you to talk about your post that you put, and I shared, and it got pretty good response.
Mm-hmm.
That post that you had put, and you was talking about. Well, you can explain it to the people. I wish I could screen share, but it's writing is so small. I don't know if I could actually share that. So, but all right.
I can share. You go ahead.
Yeah. So that's what I want. I wanted to talk about that post that you put on, and I shared it. Actually, it was the first thing I never did on Facebook. I've never did a share story. I never done that before, and I decided to try it with your post. And, you get a lot of views doing that share story thing. You got a lot of comments, got a lot of action on it. So I wanted, and I read the post myself, and I thought it was interesting how you were speaking about, and you brought and made mention of the Mississippi campaign, that it is a right now solution for what we're going through right now. And I wanted you to talk about that, and we wanted to discuss that You know, the whole post that you basically were saying how you got into it. You was talking about how your family was ignorant and how they was raised and how we end up in the condition that we're in 2020. So with that said, I'm gonna pass.
Well, what I said was in my post, you know, I said I thought about how many people in my family are ignorant. I'm looking at my post right now. They just ignorant. Many got on crack cocaine during the 1980s. I know a cousin that's still out there. That's still out there in the streets on drugs. She been on drugs since the 1980s. My mama wanted better in her life. I know, you know, my mama really wanted a better life for us. That's why she left Miami, Florida, and she moved back here to Georgia. She wanted better. I guess they was having a hard time finding a good job in Miami. Her and her older sister at the time, they was just having a rough time, okay, in Miami finding decent employment. And they decided to come back up here, move back up here to Georgia. Both of them are originally from Greensboro, Georgia. And, you know, we moved back to Greensboro, Georgia, you know, for a few months. And then my mama moved up here to Atlanta in the mid 1980s. And I just remember my mama struggling a lot in her life. You know, she always worked these jobs that just wasn't paying her good money, you know. And I just remember that, how she struggled a lot. And I see myself struggling a lot, you know, and, you know, I just, you know, wish that my mama could have fulfilled her dreams as a younger woman, because she really wanted to play the piano and sing. That was her talent. And she also could write. Okay. She was a good writer. Okay. And I wish that she had the opportunities that a lot of people are just handed. You know, a lot of people are handed opportunities, and they take the opportunities they have and they run with it. They make something out of their life with it. But my mama wasn't really, she didn't have the opportunities that a lot of people were given, okay, when she was a younger woman. And then she got raped, you know, when she was a younger woman, and she had my sister. And, you know, that's another story. Okay, that's another story. But my mom could play the piano and she could sing, and that was her talent. That was her talent. But she, you know, she just didn't get the opportunities. Okay, that's all. I feel like I wasted my time going to college. I'm just going to keep it real with you. I feel like I wasted my time going to college, because, you know, even though I was able to obtain employment, I ended up losing that job, and it set me back, and it made me feel some type of way about being a paralegal. You know, it sort of put a bad taste in my mouth about, you know, being in that profession as a paralegal, you know. And, you know, but that was ain't nothing I can do about that. At this point, there's nothing I can do about what happened. You know what I mean? All I can do now is move forward. And I have a book that's coming out very soon. It's called God is on Trial: How Religion Keeps Humanity Under Mind Control and Fear. And that's what I'm going to focus on, because there ain't shit I can do about that job. Ain't nothing I can do about what has happened. All I can do now is move forward, and I'm moving forward with this new book that's coming out. And let me give you the title again: God is on Trial: How Religion Keeps Humanity Under Mind Control and Fear. And moving forward, I'm not fucking with Christians. Moving forward, I'm done. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for these religious nut jobs. I don't have time for the bullshit. I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't have time for it. You know, and, you know, I'm just putting people on notice. Don't come on my page telling me about your God, telling me about your Allah, telling me about your Jesus, telling me about your Buddha, telling me about your Yahweh. I don't fucking care about your God. I don't care about your spirituality. I don't care. I spent many years involved in spirituality and religion, And it didn't get me anywhere in my life. Nowhere. Because it's all a bunch of bullshit. It's all based on ancient mythology and lies. That's what I'm telling people now. So if you come on my page talking about your God, talking about your religious beliefs, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And that's where I am now in my life at age 45. So with that being said, my post, I talked about how a lot of people got all this education. They got all this education. Yeah, we've been educated. We's a bunch of educated Negroes in America. That's what we are. Educated Negroes. Okay, like Medgar Evers, MLK, Fred Hampton, and many others. And yet we still living in a system where police officers and white men are choking you out on the streets. And we still living under the yoke of white supremacy, but we got all this religion. We got all this education. We've been voting since 1965. We've been voting for black elected officials. We've been putting black elected officials in office since the early 1960s, okay? And we still in the position that we in this country as a Negro, okay? We still ain't got no further along. We still going through what we going through as an American Negro. Mm-hmm. Even with all this education, even with all this knowledge, even with all this, spiritual knowledge, spirituality and religion. And we still going through the same thing that my ancestors went through in the 1900s. Okay? And I was trying to make a point, we done did everything else and none of it has worked.
Yes.
I don't see why us, controlling the state would not work. I see us controlling the state would bring us more power, more recognition if we control the state, or if we control many states. It would bring us more power, more recognition. People would take us more seriously, because I feel like the U.S. government hasn't taken the American Negro seriously in this country, because we don't have any economic power on a collective level. We don't control anything. We don't make any laws. We don't control any resources. We don't own any resources. We have to go to other folks for our very sustenance, for our very lives and lifestyles. We have to depend on basically white people. That's what we're doing. And that's what I was talking about. I feel like, okay, well, just like the American Native, the white Native Americans, they have reservations, and they police themselves. Mm-hmm. They grow their own crops. I mean, they still have to go outside of the reservation to get supplies. I'm not saying that they, just completely dependent. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just saying, I'm not saying they're completely independent. I mean, they still are dependent on other folks for supplies and food and this and that. But for the most part, they police themselves in their own communities, on their own reservations. The Native Americans, they own casinos. They own land. Mm-hmm. And they got their own problems on the reservation. There's a lot of alcoholism and domestic violence on the reservation too. But we got that in the black community, in the black neighborhoods. We got that going on. So it's the same thing, but they're more independent than we are. I'll just say that. They're more independent because they do control land. They do police themselves. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. That's what I was talking about. And the same thing, we could do the same thing. We could do the same thing as Black people, but we have to control our own state. We would have to control our own state to make that happen. To make that happen, we would have to control our own state. Period. And that's where I'm at. I just don't think that people are taking you seriously. I'm just gonna be honest. I think a lot of folks they seem like they might be down with what you're saying, but they really not.
Right.
And I'm just gonna keep it real with you, okay? They really not down with you, but they try to act like they are, but they really not. Because maybe they don't believe that it can work, or they don't believe that. Well, they don't believe it can work. That's what it is. But it's working for the Native Americans. It's working for the white Native Americans. Okay? I'm not saying that they just, completely independent now. I'm not saying they 100% independent, because they still go outside of the reservations to get their supplies and food and stuff like that. But for the most part, they are more independent than we are. Okay? We are completely dependent on the system of racism and white supremacy, period. But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So,
do they have a problem with the police shooting them down in the street?
I mean, they got a problem with their own folks killing them.
Are they having problems with housing discrimination and job discrimination?
Well, no, they ain't got that kind of problem.
All the things that we have to put up on the outside, living integrated with certain group of folks. Do they have to go through all that? I mean, of course.
No. They got problems like alcoholism. Yeah. And domestic violence. They got them type of problems, but so do we in our communities, in our neighborhoods. Same thing.
And a lot of it, though, derives from the fact of the stress of trying to have a job, not having a job, things of this nature. That's the reason why a lot of us are doing and behaving the way we're doing, because of the discrimination, because of the stress, because of how we're living here on the outside, living among the people. You don't know what might happen to you tomorrow. Nothing's guaranteed, because you have no control at all. You just out here like a bunch of rabbits, and the hawk sitting in the tree, waiting to pick one of you off when it feel like it.
Yeah, because I feel like a lot of our stress, like you said, it really comes from living in this system. It comes from having to. It just comes from living in this system. Yeah, that's all. You say what? It comes from living in this system, and some of us are a little bit better off than others.
Yeah.
So we ain't too worried. We ain't too stressed out, because some of us are a little bit better off monetarily than others. So they ain't got to worry about money like I do. Stuff like that, because they better off than me. They got more money than me.
Well, for me,
but like I said, a lot of folks, their life is, their life is great.
Really?
Their life is great.
Your life is great, and you live under the control of another man. You don't control no laws or policy. Beyonce and Jay-Z have a lot of money. They don't control a damn thing.
They don't control a damn thing.
Oprah Winfrey and Gail got a lot of money. They don't control nothing. And the list goes on and on. You got all this money. They got power in Hollywood. They really don't have no power in Hollywood. They don't have no power in Hollywood. They got to go through the Jewish folks. When it's all said and done. And if the Jews decide to blacklist you like they did, what's her name? What's her name? And she's all upset and everything now. What's her name? The one that won the Academy Award for Pressure. What's her name? Monique. They blacklist her. And she's having a hard time doing whatever she wants to do. But Monique and Steve Harvey tried to tell her, you got to play this game. If you don't play this game and if you ain't in no position to demand nothing, you a slave. Steve Harvey understood this. He trying to tell another slave, why are you so uppity? If you don't play this game, you're going to lose everything you got now.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to tell him. You know, because you don't run nothing. You don't control nothing. Now, as a collective, if Steve Harvey, Monique, Tyler Perry, and all these brothers and sisters get together and pool their resources, they can create their own. But that's hard to do because nobody like nobody. There's people who don't want me on their YouTube. Well, first of all, they don't like what I say. But they fear they might be attracted to what I say and they lose viewers. I can't take the chance. I can't take the chance that I hype this guy up and help him get hyped, because what I represent is really the end of all of it. It's the end of
yeah, and all this religious bullshit they talking about, all this, all this comedic religious shit they talking about, comedic Christianity and this and that and the Hebrew Israelite. I'm like, God damn.
Because I'm going to be able to show you. I mean, if you want to have the faith, that's fine. But we're going to show you that you can do whatever you want to do, and you don't necessarily have to have that as a foundation, as a crutch. And it can be done. Mississippi campaign, of course, I know that people are funny, but the thing about it is, our people, our ancestors was doing it anyway. They were slowly but surely, because we already had the mass numbers in the South already. We were slowly taking seats in the Congress in different areas, building the black towns. We was already doing that. Our businesses was more profitable than theirs was. And the Pepperwoods, that's why they started the Ku Klux Klan. It wasn't just a mess with any old Negro on the street. They actually was targeting the majority business owners. Had to stop them, had to stop progress, had to stop the ones they knew could read and write. Those who understood the voting system and could get the people how to vote as one, going in one direction. See, we don't do that no more. We're scattered in our voting right now. You're a Democrat, you're a vote, and we don't know what we want. Well, what you want, what's her name? Kamala Harris, what was her name that was running? Kamala Harris, and now you got Joe Biden. What you gonna do for black people? And they actually,
Joe Biden ain't gonna do a damn thing for black folks.
But what do you want? Is there a list? What do you want? What is your agenda? What is it that you want? And then if you do give them a list, this side over here got a list, and so got a list. You need to come together as a collective. If you have real leadership could come together and go into a room. I don't care if it takes 3, 4, 5 months, a year. You come out with one agenda. This is the agenda. All of us back it up. We support it. This is what we want as black folks. And you might have 10%, 12% out there. They don't represent me. Who gives a damn about you, nigga? You in the 10%. Nobody care. No, it's majority rule. It's the one who rules is the one who getting the action. You ain't getting no action. So I don't care what you don't like. Just like right now, majority rule. If these people want to go to war with China, and the majority of American people say, yeah, let's get them. It don't make no difference what I say or you say. They go into war with China. Don't make no difference. Majority rule. The leadership. Most people gonna roll with the leadership. Whatever Donald Trump said, they might not like him. He's the American president. Hey, I don't really like Trump, but he's doing this, and I got to roll with him. This is not a personality entertainment type thing. You got to like the leader. I don't like Angel Stuffed Up Salad. I don't like something. It ain't about what you like. If you like the leader, that's nice. Leadership is not about liking, because a lot of times, even in your own house as a parent, you got to do things the children don't like. Well, mama, why y'all do that? Daddy, why you gotta do that? They don't understand. And they really don't understand when mommy and daddy have to divorce. They don't want that. But mommy and daddy understand, hey, if we don't separate it, we don't divorce, somebody might end up dead here. So, you know, he needs to go his way, and you know, and this is what the children want. You just gonna have to work with it because they understand what's going on here. You don't. The leader is supposed to understand world problems and the different things out here. Your leadership is supposed to understand these different things. They're supposed to do what is in the best interest of the people. But as you know, in the society and things that we live in, that's not the case. We understand that these people are after their own. You know, they are doing things what is in the best interest of corporations and making money and greed and getting everything I can get. That's all they're interested. They're not interested. Just like these pro-black folks, it's the same thing. It's about what I can get. It is not what is in the best interest of the people. And you cannot be a revolutionary and be rich and lavish. It's impossible for me to believe that Louis Farrakhan or Tariq Nasheed or any of these people calling themselves fighting for black folks and you live in lavish. Revolutionaries spend their whole life is about all their resources go to the struggle. Dr. King died broke. Malcolm X died broke. Fred Hampton was broke. Huey Newton was a crackhead in the end, but he died broke. But anyway, all these people died broke. They wouldn't sit around. All our leaders, Nat Turner wouldn't sit up in no mansion. He didn't have the prettiest hut on the plantation. These folks, these folks
evil, materialistic.
Yeah, materialistic. And that's
very
not
materialistic. Very materialistic.
You can get that later once you accomplish the #1 priority, which is
they want it now. They want their money now.
They want their money now, like any other old preacher.
Just like these preachers, I know they want their money now. They ain't,
I want mine now.
I want my reward now. They're not waiting to get to heaven to get their reward. They want it now.
But these are not your leaders. They don't have your best interest at heart at all. They don't. But Mississippi campaign could have been done a long time ago if it wasn't for the terrorism, domestic terrorism of our ancestors, our people in this country. It would have been done. I'm not doing nothing new. What I'm doing basically is bringing something they was doing already, because now we are in a position to do what they couldn't do. And you also says they're not going to give you reparations.
Nope.
They're not going to give you a damn thing.
Not a damn thing.
So you need to be smart. Take advantage of
a bullet in the head
that they give you and take it. We are already in the position. We are already in the position to take control of Mississippi and many of those states. We are already in the position, been like that for years. Our division, and we don't have no leadership. We have no goal. We have nothing to accomplish. And I tell you this. There was somebody made a good point on Facebook. I seen somewhere. And their point was, we keep talking about police reform. The police need to do this and change this and that. What about changing your damn self? A lot of these cases would never even happen. They was involved. A lot of it come from stupid behavior. A lot of it come because these Negroes was involved in some kind of criminal activity that brought them the attraction to the police to begin with. What about our behavior? Just like sister, we was talking about the video, and I put it on my as a compilation video on my channel. And this black police officer pulled a gun on these unarmed black teenagers. And really it turned out good. The whole situation turned out good because they could have ended up dead. But they silly, they have not been taught, they have not been trained. They don't understand the environment and the situation they're in. You in a store
waving a BB gun.
BB gun, which we don't know that is a BB gun. Wow. And even though you're a teenager, we know teenagers kill. We know teenagers rob. So you're in a store, and this guy, you scaring him to death because he don't know what your intent is. He think you want to kill him, you know, rob him or whatever. So he calls the police, and the brother shows up, and they don't toss the gun, and here come all these other people. The brother don't want to get shot. You don't know that it's a BB gun. Matter of fact, he don't even see the gun. He comes, because he think that there's a gun, it might be a gun present. So he pulls a gun first. Hey, put your hands up, lay down. Protecting himself until he can see what's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
All these other folks that don't know what's going on, they ain't nothing but baby. Leave them children alone. Yeah. He's still sucking his Similac bottle. Leave them children alone. Them boys. I knew that boy ever since he was 3 years old. Used to cut my grass till he started smoking that weed.
Till he started smoking that weed.
They started smoking that weed. You know, they start smoking, these children, they smoke weed at 10, 9 years old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them, the parents give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a video where they was giving an infant beer.
I know somebody smoking weed with a heart problem.
I know somebody
just had heart surgery last year, smoking weed.
Smoking weed.
Just had heart surgery last year.
I know hey, Sister No. I know somebody so obsessed with liquor, they posted a picture of their dog on Facebook.
Oh, Lord.
With a liquor bottle. The dog stressed out, getting drunk. I don't know who that could be. I don't know who that could be. I can't mention no name. The dog stressed out from living in this reality.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something, it's not new. And all the tools are available to us if we vote right. And it goes back. Operation Exodus Mississippi cannot work unless we change our behavior. It is not going to make no difference anyway. It don't make no difference if you take over a state and the people are a bunch of drunks, a bunch of illiterates, silly, divisive. It's not going to work in the long run. Yeah, you accomplished, but what's the sense of accomplishing this and you're not going for the long term? So it don't make any difference. And another thing, in a way, I'm glad that they do reject the idea because they're not ready. They're not ready for the sacrifice. They don't want to change. They're not ready for the suffering. If you want this, it's going to take some sacrifice. If you want this, it's going to take some suffering. If you want this, it's going to take some unity, and they don't want no unity. All that unity, all we need is black unity. It don't take nothing to unify with somebody. Easy. They don't want it. They don't want it. My favorite example is somebody like the Nation of Islam. They are cool with many, many different people, organizations. Are they unified with them? No. And if you don't kiss Minister Farrakhan's backside, you're not even going to be in the room with them. You can't have a difference of opinion. Some of these people, if you don't like Jesus, I can't have nothing to do with you. They would rather stay here in this condition. They'd rather keep doing and going through this, what we've been going through for the last, going on 500 years, than do what's necessary in order to change the condition. And that's because they're not suffering. Like you said, Operation Exodus Mississippi, all right, but I got my own job. I have a business, and I got my little dog Scruffy. Scruffy got a diamond necklace. Collar. They'll tell you quick. I don't need you. I don't need you. I can guarantee you, during the Revolutionary War, George Washington, I bet you none of them people told those citizens out there, I don't need you. I can guarantee you, anybody on the Confederate side of the line, I can guarantee you they never told none of their citizens, I don't need you. When you're in a struggle, when you're in a fight, when you're trying to fight for a purpose and a goal, you need everybody that you can get your hands on. And I can guarantee you, those people who fought for the Confederacy, I can guarantee you, they wasn't the same. You think they liked each other? What they liked was their way of life. Their way of life, their lifestyle was under threat. They didn't care nothing about Bobby Joe whatever Bobby Joe was doing and Sally Mae, that was not an issue. They overlooked that. Our lifestyle is under threat. Pick up a pitchfork. Get on your horse. Do what we have to defend the Confederacy.
Mm.
That's all they cared about. And they almost won.
Mm.
And really, for us, maybe they should have won.
Mm.
Because if this is what we're going to do with our so-called freedom, this is how we're going to live. Might as well stay on the slave plantation.
Yeah, yeah.
If this is what we're going to do and continue to live this way, how we're living, we might as well stay on the slave plantation. And if you notice, I don't remember the slaves calling their women bitches and hoes. I don't remember no word what they was doing there. I don't remember the slaves having drive-bys on another slave, you know, killing them. I don't remember. We actually was living better, acting better, behaving better. We damn sure wasn't materialistic. Damn sure wasn't materialistic. Talking about living in a big house and my cars, and damn sure wasn't materialistic. You actually behaved and was doing better as a slave. Now you're fighting over my car better than your car, my job better than your job. All y'all Negro slaves, Beyonce and Jay-Z is slaves, Will Smith is slaves, and Jada Pinkett, the whole family. And then you living with a bunch of freaks, and your children turn out to be freaks. There's nothing that you can do about it. Your children are transgender. I'm not trying to disrespect nobody, but this is an unnatural behavior. And it's unnatural behavior because we live in an unnatural society. And this society creates that behavior. If you go outside this society to somewhere primitive, outside Western civilization or whatever you want to call it, you don't see these things because it's not natural. There's nothing to create these things. But in this society, it makes it. It creates freakish behavior. It is unnatural to sit around here and drink beer and vodka and get drunk and high. What animal do you know? Where in nature do you see any animal do that? You ever seen a drunk bear? Well, I was sipping on these berries out here in the forest, and I'm high as a mug. You know, animals can get high if they want to. They know which plants and berries they could lick on or whatever and get a buzz. They don't do that because it could cost them their life.
Damn.
A drunk rabbit is dead.
Said a mouthful in.
A drunk rabbit is dead. A drunk antelope is dead. It's going to cost them their life. And if you remember, they gave the Native Americans and the slaves, they gave them
alcohol. Yeah.
There's a reason for that. To knock all your fight out of you. To make you docile.
Yeah, just like religion. Make you docile.
With religion, they make you docile with religion, fighting over material things, pornography, crack, drugs, almost anything. They can make you docile with almost anything in this society. It don't take much. Food, a Popeye's chicken sandwich. Here you are living in a society discriminated against you, and you finding black folks lynched all over the country. These niggas fighting over Popeye's chicken sandwich. Really? So you don't like Operation Exodus Mississippi. And people bring me the most dumbest reasons why I can't get with that. A guy told me, Mississippi got a Confederate flag, whatever it is, whatever the state of Mississippi flag is. What that got to do with anything? The only thing you want to do is be able to go in and take control of that state. And once you take control of that state, you can take that flag down. Your lawmakers can have a vote or whatever, and you can take that flag down. and you can put the red and the black and the green up if you want. No, that ain't nothing but an excuse. Also, it's about credit. I don't, get that nigger ain't just nothing up. Marcus Garvey should have the credit. Fire should have the credit. Jesus should have the credit. Anybody should have the credit for something like that. Step that old snup guy. Who is he? Where's he getting his teaching from? Where is he getting it? Did he get it from John Henry Clark or Dr. Ben? Or where are you getting that stuff? It's called using your brain. It's called thinking for yourself. All these things that we have, we keep trying them over and over again. They don't work. You need to try something different. How do you know Mississippi campaign won't work until you try it? You keep trying these other things over and over again. They're not working. Try something different. Try something your enemy is not even used to you trying to pull off. Take them by surprise a little bit. You don't want to do nothing because they comfortable. They're comfortable in their oppression.
Yeah, comfortable in their oppression. Yeah.
They're comfortable in their oppression.
Mm-hmm. Got money. I got money.
I got money.
I ain't studying what you talking about. I got money. I ain't studying what you talking about.
Oh, I got God. I got God.
I got God. Yeah.
I'm following so-and-so, Pastor so-and-so.
Mm-hmm.
You got thousands of people waiting on July the 4th for the first speech, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because, he's been silent since the coronavirus thing happened.
Mm.
And they can't wait. That's my lead. I'm following. I can guarantee he's not going to say nothing that's going to be able to change your condition.
Nope.
Some high city, he done went into the Quran and the Bible and put up all this pretty stuff like usual for like what he been doing for the last 40 years.
Yeah, he probably going to say God is punishing America. Probably he going to talk about that. Probably.
Well, he already
say something like that.
Yeah,
God is punishing America. Like, okay.
Remember that post that on Facebook that put up that post talking about God is really angry with us right now and blah blah and
yeah.
And to my knowledge, she didn't take our comments down. But I just simply asked her, well, this is not the first pandemic. Matter of fact, this pandemic is worse really than the Spanish flu in 1918. All this was going on and worse. I mean, people was really dying. They was dying so much they could barely take care of the bodies. Okay, nothing changed. So what make you think the wrath of God in this? And then when you go to the Bible, Quran or whatever, clearly the people are not impressed by God. The people in the Bible, in the Quran, keep doing what they're doing. They could care less about what Allah or Jesus want. They keep doing what they're doing. And they see, now, unlike me and you, they see the plagues, they see the power of God, they see the thunder and the lightning, they see all this stuff.
They see all this stuff, yeah.
And they
we ain't seen none of that.
Now we ain't seen none of it. But we
ain't seen no miracles at all.
No miracles. They seen the miracles.
No healings.
No healing.
No deliverance. No deliverance. No healings. No nothing.
No saving. Nobody being raised from the physical dead.
Nobody being healed. Nobody.
Nothing.
Ain't seen a damn thing.
Now the people in the scriptures, they saw all this stuff and still didn't care. I'm still gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
Still gonna do what I want to do.
And the reason for that is because it's unnatural for you to be a slave. It's unnatural for you to be under somebody. This is your life. If you didn't want me to have life, what the hell you give it to me for? Like if I buy you a car. If I buy you a car, it's your car. But you do have people like that. They'll give you a gift. Well, you need to drive like this and only put $10 at a time in the gas tank.
Control freaks.
Yeah, control freak. Because look, you can have your car. And I don't want your car. Take it, take it. And that's the way this God sounds, like a control freak.
Like a, yeah.
A control freak. What you call him, megalomaniac?
Megalomaniacs.
He's a, you know.
Megalomaniac, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not upset with these people because I understand how they was created. Making reference to my video, how the white man created black people. And when you watch that video, I break it down simply as I can. I understand why your behavior, all of it. It explains your behavior because I understand how it was created. Now, of course, there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. Like you can raise animals and all of them are docile, but you mess around and get that old rebellious sheep. Hey, what's wrong with that sheep? Sheep want to bite you and fight? What's up? You're going to always have rebellious folks because it's not natural to be docile like that. It's not natural for you to sit around and some outsider tell you what to do. That go to that cow
and
like
run your whole life.
Yeah, run your life.
From birth to death.
Yeah, from birth to death. So even in the natural world, even animals stand up. Even among the docile, they're going to produce a rebellious one. Because it's not natural for you to be docile like that, allowing somebody, those sheep and those
allowing another man to control you.
Yeah. Need to be doing your own thing out there. Live your life and die, whatever. These people want two lives. They want their life and they want your life too. I'll be damned. I'd rather be dead.
Yeah. This
guy wants your life and he wants to enjoy his life too. Wait a minute. Damn, I don't get nothing out this deal. We don't get nothing out the deal. And how do you serve an all-powerful God that can do almost anything? It's just like trying to find a gift for Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey got everything. What kind of gift can you give to Oprah Winfrey? The only thing that you could give her is try to find something that is rare. You know, that's probably the best that you can do for Oprah Winfrey because she don't need nothing. God don't need nothing. What can you do for God? Whatever you do is to show off his vanity, his arrogance. Bring me a cup of water. Bring me a milkshake or whatever. To show that I control. I run this. Yeah, God, I'll bring you a milkshake and pour it all over your ragged ass face. That's the way I feel about it. You're supposed to give me life. Let me enjoy it. Right or wrong. Let me mess. So, Black Lives Matter, the title of the video that I put on here, Black Lives Matter, should endorse the Mississippi campaign. Of course, that won't happen, but if Black Lives Matter brought attention to the Mississippi campaign like that and bring another side, bring a solution instead of reform and pacification, bring a solution. And I'm not even talking about do anything. Let us talk about it. Bring it to the forefront and let the people talk about it. And let them discuss it. And let them, at least they should have the right to hear a real solution. Instead of this endless garbage that they've been doing for the last 100 years. That's getting you nowhere. Sound good, pretty speeches or whatever, but it's not getting us nowhere. And like King Noble said, that's a fact. And it's the fact that I've been talking, the fact that Sister Noble been listening, and we got our brother Gary in the background. And before we close this out, I want to give him an opportunity, if he want to shed a little of his wisdom and his intelligence on the topic or anything that he chooses to speak on. Brother Gary.
Hey. What's going on? I really, like you said about listening, I've just been listening. Whatever. I really don't have no nothing to exert, nothing to resonate or emanate or express and what have you and stuff, bro. Just sitting there listening to both of y'all and what have you and stuff. Tell you the truth. I don't. You know, I don't have nothing to say. Yeah. Why, brother Taalik, oh man, why you sitting there? What's up, bro, man? What's up there, Sister Noble? I really don't. You know, good and well, if I have something to say, I don't have nothing to say and what have you stuff, man.
Yes.
I mean, your perspective is very profound, and Sister Noble is as well. It's very unique and very distinct, and I respect y'all views and what have you and stuff. And I don't have nothing to say what y'all said there. And I appreciate that you invited me to say something in regards to what you say, and then you just said on there, if you have something to say that's irrelevant or unrelated to what Sister Nova and you were saying, say it. I don't. I really don't.
All right. All righty then. Well, I enjoyed myself. I was a little sleepy, a little tired, whatever. But as usual, once we get to rolling on this program, you know what they say in the church, that Holy Spirit start coming to you and get the rolling. So I'm fine now. I can really do a little cleaning up too before I go to work. Tomorrow, tonight. Is there anything to add, Sister Nova, before we call this a?
No. I said everything I had to say earlier.
Okay.
I'm good.
All righty then. Sister Nova's good. Brother Gary, Cool Cutter. Oh, Brother Gary, I know what I wanted to ask you. How was it? How was your visit on Brother Maurice's channel?
Brother Maurice's channel. First of all, let me just say this. And I told Brother Maurice this. He knows me. And what I did is I gave him a lot of respect for him. That he was humble. That he knows me enough to know that I am completely on the opposite side of the spectrum on his approach to achieve his agenda. Meaning that I am not pro-black. I am a swirly, mixed. I'm light-skinned. And for him, he was modest. He asked me to come, and I even said, when I got the invite, I'd like for you to join Dr. Jones and the other brothers and what have you stuff. And and I went on the show. I don't know, did you see the show? You did? And these guys are very pro-black. I am contemporary. I am moderate. I do believe in the plight of black folks. So when I say I'm not pro-black, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to exclude myself and say that I'm unconcerned about the plight of black folks. I just believe that I'm more humanistic and I'm more secular in my approach. And a lot of it arises because of my past and where I arrived to where I'm at now. But as far as the show and the energy and the spirit being on that show and the thing that Brother Maurice displayed and the people on the panel, I really believe it was as far as the discussion, it was good. And conversing with Brother Maurice, and I discovered by looking at his package and the things that he said and his defined and in detail that he's provided for me, it's very how can I say it, well thought out. Whether I disagree with it or I agree with it, it seems like that he has put a lot of homework, and he put a lot of zeal into his craft on his agenda on his Mississippi campaign. And he also said, Gary, yes, I'm aware that you are the opposite side of the spectrum, but I have learned And as I progress, that I'm learning to learn more about even people. He says, I don't want people to be in my circumference that just wants to agree with me on the Pacific of pro-black. I want to hear critics. And I want people that are beyond my own parameters of my perspective to give me advice. Because I want to see 360 degrees of different views that I may be completely unaware of. And that's what he said to me. That's what that, so as far as that, because I was kind of feeling, I'm very open-minded and I'm very broad and I'm very vocal on my thing. But at first, I'm going to be honest, I was kind of feeling awkward because I know the brothers on the panel and the brothers that were on the panel I know of, they are pro-black. And when I was on there, I was kind of feeling like, damn, I'm not pro-black. I'm, like I said, I'm universal. I'm a moderate. I believe in contemporary, and when I got on there and I was feeling my way in, but nonetheless, and as far as that panel, that discussion, I think it was good. It was a very good discussion there, brother. And I just, I know you have your difference and what have you, and I really, Brother Maurice participating in some of the discussions I had with Isaiah. And Brother Maurice is, like I was telling Isaiah, because Isaiah sent me a message through. He said, man, that was a good discourse that y'all have. And I said, really? He said, yeah, it was really good. And I kind of told Isaiah what I'm telling you. Because Brother Maurice is he's not extreme to me because I'm familiar with all, that kind of talk and that kind of thing. So it's not, so I understand his plight. But to the mainstream, he's extreme, he's radical, he's racist and all that kind of stuff. They would see it like that. And that's what I was trying to tell Isaiah. And a lot of things that I received a big old list. I'm like, wow, this dude really did a lot of homework on what he's trying to achieve and his goal and his aim. So I have a whole lot of respect for that, brother. I do. And I just hope, I know y'all got y'all differences, and I don't know. He'll hold hard differences, what have you. And I know, I got to deal with realistic aspects, but as far as my heart and what have you and stuff, and I'm not trying to, how can I say it, ignore the differences y'all two had, because it's serious, it's fundamentally different. So I'm being cockeyed optimistic that hopefully that one day that y'all will have some kind of dialogue and discourse and what have you stuff. So that's where I got from that. Thank you for letting me speak, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Gary, you don't like saying sir, Mr. Gary.
I know you stop doing that there, bro. You my elder.
All right, Mr. Gary. On that note, I appreciate my sister Nova being here, Mr. Brother Gary, and I also want to let you know that may not see Brother Taalik here for a little while. He's on a sabbatical for about 3 weeks or so. So peace to Brother Taalik, and peace to Sister Ann X.
Did you say to leave or you?
To live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to live. Brother Eric. And Sister Karen and Twin Pyramid and Keaton and Alliston, and the list goes on and on. I appreciate everybody that support this channel. I thank you so much. It's always an honor for you to allow us to come into your home and give us a few minutes. I really appreciate it. Share the video. You can mirror the video, subscribe, like, do your thizzy, do your thing. You know how you do things, if you want to or not. And until next time, I appreciate YouTube and Facebook. Matter of fact, this video was simulcast on Facebook also. So thank you, Facebook. To all my Facebook friends, watching, those who are watching, and those who will be watching later. I appreciate it. Until next time, y'all, I wish us love, peace, and soul. We out.
Peace.
We out. End broadcast.